protester has died in Belarus in police custody, the second death since clashes with police erupted on Sunday over a disputed presidential election. Officials say the cause of death of the 25-year-old man is unclear. His mother says he'd heart problems and was kept for hours in a police van. Well, the main opposition leader went into exile on Tuesday after a disputed election at the weekend. The country's current ruler, Alexander Lukashenko, has been in charge for more than 25 years. Well, I'm joined now by Professor Elena Korosteleva, who's a professor of international politics and director of the Global Europe Centre at the University of Kent. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
First of all, how significant is it that Svetlana Tikhanovskaya went into exile?
It is very significant in terms of exposure of violations of human rights in Belarus, because this way of Svetlana Tikhanovskaya is able to attract even more international attention and being able to speak out from Lithuania about fear, about violence, about abuse. But at the same time, what she has done for the country is already conspicuous in many different ways. She has managed to mobilize people to such a degree that we are now into, fourth day after the election, and the protests are still continuing and they're gathering momentum. Today, we're also witnessing that a lot of workers in some major industrial sites of Belarus, including, for example, Belarus, they're going on national strike. What we also see is actually the police forces and members of special forces, OMON, they're actually stepping down with announcements that they cannot continue like that anymore to abuse their own people.
Will it to some extent, though, rob the protesters of a leader?
No, not at all. As I've already said, I think the momentum was already there. What she has done is she has mobilized the country, and this is very important. Now it is for the people to basically to fight for their freedom and to fight for justice, and not just for the people, but I think also the international response, robust and coherent, is also very important at this stage.
Yes, Lithuania is offering to mediate, isn't it? Would Alexander Lukashenko listen?
Well, he has to, because after all, he has led his country to near economic collapse, health services near collapsing, especially in the context of COVID pandemic. In industrial, pension, employment, everything is collapsing. So either he will have to seek help from neighboring countries like Russia, or help already is being provided by the European Union, by the United Kingdom, by the US. So there is a massive choice he has to make just for the survival of his own country. So he has to listen. Yeah.
Would Russia, do you think, allow him to fall, though?
He has a very difficult choice. After all, with in recent times when Russia, there have been some disputes and interrupted supplies from Russia, any help from Russia will come inevitably with strings attached. And I think the last string that negotiations are coming to between Belarus and Russia is actually Belarus' own sovereignty and independence. This, of course, would not please Lukashenko. Whereas on the other side, there is massive opportunity for development and progress and reforms, provided, of course, that there will be specific conditions of the international community that Lukashenko needs to meet.
Professor Elena Korosteleva, thank you very much.